So in this video we are going to be creating the pattern for the half shoe you are seeing on your screen. So after masking the last, you draw your center line as always, and after drawing your center line you get your cardinal point. So put your last this way, mark the point that is touching the flat surface, and then on both sides. So after that, the next thing you do is to place your tape on those two marks, and then you draw your vamp line. Then after that, divide the point from the feather edge to the vamp point into two, and then you are going to have your low lateral instep point. Then come to the back. To get your counterpoint, what you have to do is to measure the length of your last, divide it by 5, and what you get, add 0.5 millimeters to it. That is going to be your counterpoint. So it is very simple. The total length of your last divided by 5 plus 0.5, and you are going to have your counterpoint. So place your tape on the counterpoint and you bring it down to the low lateral instep point. You draw your quarter line. So you can use your masking tape to hold the tape so that you can be able to easily run the tape down to the low lateral instep point for easy drawing of the line. Now measure your instep from here to here. So from here you measure 1 inch, that is going to be our instep. Then from here to somewhere here, measure 2 inches. That is where the feather is going to land at the back here. So after that, what we do, we pick our drawing from the instep point, bring it down to the quarter line. So once you have brought it down to the quarter line, it becomes very simple. Pick the one that's the 2 inches from the back, bring it up with a curve to join the quarter line. So with that, we have already gotten our drawing. So you give here a curve, and it is simple. So just to make sure you sketch out the curve properly from that 2 inches measurement, then bring it up to the quarter line and then give it a curve here, join it to the instep point. So after that, the next thing we are going to do is to cut out the pattern from the last. So after cutting out the pattern out from the last, fill it out to draw a straight line on your cardboard paper. You see the straight line here. So we're going to align from the toe cap to the vamp point on the straight line. So, and from the vamp point to the instep is going to be slightly above the straight line. That is the shape of the last. That is the shape of the last. So you have to take your time and carefully paste the pattern on the cardboard paper. Give here some slight cut and make sure you avoid too much crease. So once you are done doing that, we make some adjustments, some corrections where necessary. So after that, we are going to take a line from the vamp point to the instep. We take a straight line and also confirm the line from the vamp point to the cap area, and then we retake our vamp line. So after that, what we are going to do is to add our lasting allowance, and I'm going to add 1.2 inches round, 1.2 inches. So that's what I'm going to add as my lasting allowance. So I want to be on a safer side. I don't want to have shortage during the lasting. So if I have excess, I can easily cut it off. So after taking enough measurement, bring this line down and then join your lasting allowance. That's the measurements for the lasting allowance. Join it all the way to the cap. And then with that, we are done with this step. So cut it out and then cut it into shape. So after cutting the 2D pattern into shape, the next thing is to spring the vamp. So draw a straight line on your cardboard paper, and then the next thing we do, you get your masking tape ready. 2 pieces will be okay. So now we are going to do the magic. So you cut from here to this low lateral instep, then cut from here. Don't cut it entirely, just leave it with a little gap that will hold the 2 pieces together. So we cut again from the up here. So that is it. Now we are going to align the center line to the line on the cardboard paper. So once we have achieved that, we pick our masking tape to secure it in position. And with that, we have sprung the vamp. So now the 2D pattern is ready. So we're going to proceed to the next step. Okay, now to the next step. Bring a cardboard paper, fold it into 2 equal parts. Make sure it is going to contain the 2D pattern. Now place the 2D pattern on that folded edge and then trace out the pattern. So after that, we are going to add 1 inch extra here because after sprunging the vamp we lost some inches, so we add 1 inch here to extend the feather. So now we bring it down to the measurement, that 1 inch extra, and then pick a curve and take it down to the feather edge. So it is simple. So after, the reason for this is after we sprung the vamp we had a little shortage here, so we had to extend it a little bit to give us that same result. That's just the mathematics. So after that we clean off the old line and now we have our full drawing. So now the next thing we are going to do, we use our staple to hold the two pieces together and then cut it into shape. So after cutting it into shape, this is what we are going to have. You see it? This is what we have. We now have the full pattern. Then now to the strap that crossed the instep, the width is going to be, the length is going to be about 10 inches, and then the width is going to be 2 inches. So after folding the two edges towards the center, we will now have a 1 inch width. So if you want it to look a little bulgy like the one in the picture, you can add Mako 2 mm to the leather, you understand? So it is simple. And another thing I will do is to punch a hole at the center of the pattern. This is going to help for easy lasting so that the pattern will not be placed one-sided. So you see the two holes, so it will help. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section, and also just follow the same procedure and you are going to arrive at the same result. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon to get updates because more videos will be coming your way. Have a nice day and see you in my next video.